want you to imagine that you're outside working in your yard when you look up at the road and see this stray dog walking by. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, a car comes speeding around the corner, hits the dog, and takes off. You can't just leave it there wounded. So you run up to the road and you see the dog laying there. It's suffering, it's bleeding, but it's still alive. It's still breathing. What do? Well, I imagine that you would try to help it. So let's say you bend down and you decide to pick it up and help it, but it starts whining and it turns and it bites you in the arm. That hurts, right? So then what? Do you give up? Do you just walk away? Do you yell at the dog? Do you punish it? I don't think so. If you're like me, I would go back to the house, I'd put some protective gear on, I'd maybe grab a friend to come with me, and we would go sit with this dog until it got the help that it needed. I wish that as believers, we could treat people this same way, that we could see them as wounded dogs, because people are tough to love sometimes. We live in a world where it feels like everybody has a problem, people are mean and hurtful. But what if we could recognize that they're really just suffering, that they're really in pain, that they've gone through some trauma and they're just reacting? If we could get that through our heads, then it wouldn't be so hard for us to deal with the way that they react to us. Because guess what? The more suffering that they're going through, the more painful their bite is going to be. So what do? How do we handle a person like that? First, we've got to get some protective gear. We have to put on the full armor of God. Sometimes it takes getting a friend. Always it takes getting Jesus involved. And at some point, we sit with them, or we love them, or we walk with them until they get the help they need to heal. Now, just for fun, I thought that I would show you who my dog was. Come here, girl. Come here. Who's a good girl? This is Oshi. Come here, Oshi. Come here. Who's a good girl? Yes. This is our dog. Now go let your light shine.